everybody, guess what? It's another episode of Chumsky Bear Education. Hey Chumsky, what exactly are you doing? We're putting on a video here. Do you want to be part of it today? Why not? You're busy. What are you busy doing? You're trying to count how many chocolate eggs you have? Well, I think you should put your glasses back on. That'll help a little bit. So why are you counting how many chocolate eggs you have? You want to see how many you're going to eat without getting sick? Chumsky, I don't know if that's a good idea. We're not paying attention to the health videos we've been doing. And you can check those out. We'll link to the playlist to all our healthy eating videos down below. Now, I don't know about eating all these chocolate eggs, but I can teach you a faster way of counting them all up. Do you know what a fancy word for counting things together is? That's right, adding. There are a bunch of ways to add things together. Did you know that? Yep, a lot of tips and tricks, and we're going to learn it all right here. The first one is grouping. Now you're trying to count all your chocolate eggs. Do you have different types? What types do you have? You have the Kinder Joy eggs. Very nice. And then you have the regular ones. Well, Chumsky, how many Kinder Joy eggs do you have? And how many regular eggs do you have? Okay, 1, 2, Kinder Joy. Very nice. And how many regular? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So guess what? Now, if you have 2 Kinder Joy and 5 regular, how many did you say you had altogether? 7. That's right. And by grouping things together, it makes it a little bit easier to add. And that's what adding really is. Taking groups of things together and counting them up. We'll get a little bit more into grouping later on in the video. Now, the next thing we can do is called a tally chart. I know, fancy word, right? You've probably seen them before. And I'm going to demonstrate it on our chalkboard. What's that? You don't believe I can write neatly on the chalkboard? You don't think I did a good job over here so far? Oh, thanks a lot, Chumsky. Well, maybe you'll help me out. Let's show everyone at home. A tally chart is really just a series, which means a group of lines that you use like this. Now, for every 4 lines, you put 1 across it. And together that makes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it helps us group things more easily to help us add things together. Now, we said we had 5 regular chocolate eggs. That could be represented here. And we had 2 Kinder Joy eggs. So how would we represent that? Just 2. That's a tally chart. That's all it is. And if we add it together, we know that when you have 4 with a line together, it makes a group of 5. And then so we have 5. We know it. 5 regular chocolate eggs. And how many are left over? 2. That's right. So 5 plus 2 equals 7. Very nice. And that's a tally chart. Now, you can also write numbers in a number sentence. And that's what we have right here. I like your little drawing board you made. And you see you can write out your actual numbers. So you had 5 regular chocolate eggs plus 2, that's the plus sign, equals 7. That's right. That's how you write a number sentence out. So you're actually listing the different groups that you're adding together. You could also write a number sentence down. What was that? You like the colors. I know. Pretty nice, right? Neon. Picked them out myself. You don't believe me? Who picked them out? My mom? Thanks a lot, Chumsky. But right, you can write it down. There you go. It's the same thing, but written down. You put the 2 at the top. Then you're adding the next group, which is 5. Like 5 on our tally chart. You put a line to represent the equals. And the sum is 7. You almost lost the chocolate egg, Chumsky. A sum is a fancy word for equals, or the total. and that's the total that you have, equals 7. Now, there's a couple of more ways. What was that? How many more ways are we going to learn? Chumsky, we're trying to teach everyone at home how to add more easily. One more way is called counting on. And for counting on, you use a number line, just like this. How did that appear? Magic. Now, a number line is really just a line, list it, and you list a bunch of numbers together. See? Can you count it for us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very nice. Now, counting on, what you can do is, well, start with the number of one of the groups. So let's start with 5, right here, right? We know we have 5 regular chocolate eggs. And to count on, you actually count, well, we have 5, and how many more did we want to count together? 2. So 1, 2. Now, where do we end up, Chumsky? That's right, we ended up on the 7. That's all it is, counting on a number line. Great job! I'm proud of you today. Now, there's one more. You might ask yourself, what about counting bigger numbers? Well, there are actually some pretty cool patterns with counting big numbers, but maybe we'll get into that in another video. But one thing we can do, just like we keep saying, is grouping. Now here, you can see I'm using clicks. Clicks are a great toy. They're a lot of fun. You can build things with them. You can make cool buildings and different structures. And another thing I like to do is use them for math. It's a way to use a tool to help you group things together. Now let's start off with the numbers we've been dealing with so far today. See, we had 5 regular chocolate eggs that I'm representing, which means that this is really just a way of counting something that you have in real life, like chocolate eggs. And we count how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're starting to see a pattern here, aren't you? With counting different groups of things. And then we have 2 that represent the Kinder Joys. See? So if we put them together like this, yep, technical difficulties once again. And Chumsky loves pointing them out. You lost your glasses there again. And together we have 7. Very nice. Now, the nice thing about grouping with something like clicks is that it's easy to make big groups of things for adding bigger numbers. So here you can see I made groups of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the blue and the red clicks are groups of 10. And how many green clicks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 green clicks. Now, if I asked you how many do you have, one way you can do it is just counting the groups together. You know this is 10, and you know this is 10. So 10 plus 10 is, do you know it, Chumsky? 20. You have 20 altogether, you can count them. But once you have groups of 10, it's much easier to count up. And then what's left over? Just 8 clicks. There you go, guess what? You just added up 10 plus 10 plus 8. And what did you get? 28. Very nice. See, Chumsky? You can add up big numbers using grouping. And again, remember, we have some other nice tips and tricks for adding bigger numbers that'll be coming up in later videos. So, Chumsky, out of all the ways of adding, which one did you like best? Eating the chocolate eggs? Chumsky. Well, that is a good question. Which way of adding should you use? Really, you can use any. I think any adding method that you like to group things together that works for you is a great method of using. Uh-oh. Your chalkboard's falling. I'll just put that back up. Wow, Chumsky, I'm very proud of you today. And guess what? You didn't even eat the chocolate eggs. Later, when the camera goes off. Well, Chumsky, I think that's enough for adding today. I don't want to hurt your head a little too much by all the information. All right, everyone. So remember, adding is really just a fancy way of grouping things together. And there are so many different... Everybody, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And comment down below. We'll try to cover any topics or questions you might have for us. See you next time on Chumsky Bear Education.